All right, guys, we got a John boat. There's been a lot of people out there that call 14-foot boats John boats, and officially, this is a John boat. John boat generally has a flat hull, does not have a V in the front, and it's got essentially flat all the way from the front to the back. Rides quite a bit different than your traditional little aluminum V hull or semi V hull, and I haven't run one of these on my channel yet. Had some growing up, played around with them. They handle quite a bit differently than your traditional V bottom. These are ideal for river settings, which is where I live here. It's great for shallow water, very stable boat. This is something I have very little money into. This is that parts motor I just made for $100. And I got next to nothing in the boat. I put Kusa board, brand new transom on here. That was probably my largest expense, and that's including the motor. As you know, based on my last video, I combined two parts motors that I spent $100 on to make this running engine. Put some touch-up paint on the lower unit, so it's looking pretty fresh for a $100 parts motor. So we're going to see how this performs, see what kind of top speed we get. You know, based on my last video, running the Sylvan 14-foot Super Snapper with a 15, I was getting about 23.5. So we'll see what this thing does. This is pretty wide, but I'm assuming it's going to be close. So we'll have to check it out. I don't have the tachometer hooked up, not yet. I'll hook that up for my later video when we test the 15s. But I've got the engine mounted in a fashion where it is pretty much even with the bottom of the boat, so it should be pretty optimal. So let's get this thing in the water. Let's see what she does. Water in here, so that's good. There's, I guess, a little coming from right there. Have to figure that one out. It's right fire it up, really testing a couple of things, seeing how the boat works, and then how it runs. Make sure the engine runs good, and then see what kind of performance we get out of this. Beautiful hot day out here. Remember, my deep V was running about 23.5 with this GPS. We'll see what she does. All right, let's fire it up. loaded up a pin on the trim. See if that'll help. You're doing about 22 there. There. We're getting. So I tried putting the trim up one more. All right, setting 4. This thing is extremely stable to walk around and stand up on a seat, stand on the edge, and the boat doesn't do nearly as much tipping as a V-hull does or your traditional aluminum boat. Let's do this. Trim is back down on 3. She's a good little runner. Oh, and she dies. No gas on the line. Must have came back up. have it. This thing ran pretty good. There's a little bit of a hiccup, hard starting there. I think with just running it a little bit. After fishing, I think a lot of the gas drained out of the car back down into the tank with the heat. But I didn't really have any issues other than that. And I would say this prop, probably a little light. I don't have my tachometer on here for this ride, but next ride I'm going to throw it on, and we're going to do some prop testing. See if the 11 pitch, how much more speed we're going to get on that, and then we'll even try a 12 pitch, which is pretty rare for these 15s. And then once we dial in the best prop for this setup, we'll test the other 15s, the 78, the 81, and the 15, the 92 15. So I appreciate you guys joining me. Do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe, and pay attention for the next one. God bless. Safe boating.